Okay, everywhere says that I'm live, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that I'm live. Hello guys, and welcome to this week's Final Fantasy XIV stream. We are going to be heading back to the first, because I've got a whole bunch of things to do. I have got the healer quest to do, we've got the, hang on, there we go. So, sorry, OBS is misbehaving. We've got the healer quest to do, we've got the Astro level 80 quest to do. Also, Eden's out, so we're going to be doing that as well. Going to be running through that. And if I have time after I finished Eden, I might just hang out and do some roulettes or some Dark Knight leveling. That's what I've been doing at the moment, is sort of alternating between spamming roulettes and joining fate parties to level Dark Knight. I'm like a third of the way to 75 through that, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So that's the plan. I might go put my fan on in a minute because my room is pretty warm, but we'll see how that pans out. So I think I've got like a paper cut in my hand. But anyway, let's just get into the old GP, shall we? And I'm gonna start with the turn that up. I'm gonna start with a healer level 80 quest. So we want to head to Tomra in Calusia. Where we left off last time, we had discovered why we'd discovered why the Sunita we were chasing had done what she'd done. And now we're gonna go finish that. Giot is the best guy, by the way. He's so... Also, I still have a cold. Giot isn't drinking. Spooky. Oh, hello there, Maeve. Lally ho. What? I mean, lally ho, and a lally ho to you two. I'm impressed. You know how to give me a lally ho just now shows that you've really picked up on the finer parts of dwarven culture. Really helped, thanks. I was so busy on dwelling about that business with Lamet that I almost forgot I had news for you about Sufrosine. Remember that Sunita I killed in Blightwarrant? Well, while you were gone, Sufrosine showed up to revive it. Seeing that convinced me. Remember how I was wondering why Sufrosine don't revive every Sunita we take down, right? Well, I learned from your vision that the dwarves that Lamet killed of Stoneblight went into exile of their own volition. As you can see, the village was spared the worst of the flood, but the folks that left, well, probably weren't, which means Sufrosine is healing the same people Lamet did. That's the only thing that makes sense. Those poor souls couldn't go back to the village, so they got caught in the flood. They became sin-eaters, and Sufrosine is still saving them, even now. That gave me an idea. As we figured out before, Sufrosine ain't alive, but Lamet wanted so badly to heal those dwarves it's like following suit, like a reflex its body can't forget. It is a marchy race today. Last time Lamet saw those folks she healed, they were helmless, leaving their home for the last time. Probably never forgot the sight of them, so Sufrosine goes around healing helmless dwarves to this day. You see the solution, right? Helms! It's so simple. It's brilliant. Isn't it? Not as brilliant as my beard, maybe, but some things are. Few things are. Whether clapping a helm onto Sufrosine will keep it from healing itself, I can't say. It'll depend on whether the thing sees itself as just another helmless dwarf. Don't seem to have much in the way of self-awareness, so I think it's worth a shot. Fortunately, we won't need to wait to find out. Came around not too long before you did, so if we kill the right sort of sin-eaters, it should still be close enough to notice. Let's get to it. It is a big dorky face. Oh. It's also not very well lit because my room is not very well lit at the moment. Move that up slightly. You can see I've got my ahoge, of course, because I went to bed with my hair wet, so it's all up and doing its own thing. But hey, I can now show off the new bird that I got yesterday. Gosh. This place looks so pretty at night. It is. It goes boing, 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 boing. A shiny light purple barb. It's so good. Matches with these barbs. Okay, Giot, where are you? Here you are. It looks kind of dumb when you're like walking on it. It's like when you're walking with words are difficult. It's like when you're walking with I've completely forgotten how to speak. Twintanya, that's it. Twintanya looks really cool when she's like flying or swimming, but the minute you try and like walk along with her, she just looks so silly. Also, let me know if the game is too loud and I will turn it down. Hi, Pixie! I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. And you too, Yumi. I hope you're also having a good day. I hope everyone is having a good day. Nobody is, like me, stressed and worried about work. I mean, stressed and worried about work is sort of just like my entire existence at the moment, but... Also still have a bit of a cold, which is fun and sexy. So, every so often I'm like muting myself here, my mic is here, and it's so that I can like cough without annoying everyone with bad coughing noises. I'm just gonna eat that. There we go. That'll finish heating me up. Nice. What's the summary of the discourse, Yumi? I personally am in favor because I feel like having a tail would probably like literally it would help me balance, so I'd be less likely to fall over, which is very important to me personally as a person who is very clumsy. But I also feel like they could get trapped indoors really easily. And I also feel like it's not comfortable to... It might not be comfortable to like lie on your back if you have a tail. And at the moment I like... Normally I lie on my side, but I can't always do that at the moment because it squishes my lungs and then I cough a lot, so... That'd be very cool, Pixie. God, I just had the abrupt thought of somebody coming to the stream in the middle of me talking about tails without any, like, context of, like, yeah. Like, that's literally where they belong. That's why it's called the tailbone. Got Doritos, we got our helms. And now we wait. Once Frosney shows up, we'll test out Helm on the boot first. They'll also save us from having to kill it over and over. Let's do it. Exactly, Pix. Like, that's literally what it exists for. Ugh, pardon me. This feels familiar. Aha! At last. Bit less toppling over on your part this time, if you please. Boo, let me in, let me in, let me in. After this I'll be able to get my artifact, yeah. Wait for it to be distracted with healing the other one, then we strike. It's only a true warrior of light could. Now, charge! As I said, we'll try this on the Lesser Eater first. Give it a bit of a pummeling, then put it to sleep with repose. That'll give me the chance to... I know it'll take snapping mid-battle unless it's really ready to drop, so wait for my signal, you hear? Unfortunately, like, Aspected Helios doesn't actually work on Giot. I wish it did. I wish it showed him as, like, in your party the same way that, like, I wish they showed in your party the same way that, like, your chocobos do. Yeet! Oh my gosh. Ain't that a sight. Granting resistance to sleep. I like that it like, literally won't let you, use repose again. Because of the helm. Sorry, I'm more than a little bit spacey. Luckily for us, I brought extra helms in case of emergency. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit spacey today, so if you guys somehow couldn't tell, not always making the most sense. I can put a card on him though, which is pretty cool. It's just things that, like, Aspected Helios don't affect him. They do? Well, fucking never mind. Ignore everything I said. Yeet. Whoops, wrong fucking one. Hey, you know, the more you learn, like, the more you know, am I right? You learn something new every day. Here we go, do that. And I've got that on him. Unceremonious for helming. Now we can... Oh, Wicked White, that's annoying. These ones may be trying to protect it. Does some part of them remember? Well, no time to ponder that now. Helms away! Yes, indeedy. Oh, Skiot, don't die. That would be very bad for your health. that. Death is bad for you. This we know. Okay, now I can put this one to sleep. See that? Good news, guys, the Heart of the Cards is not with me. In fact, the Heart of the Cards is on the other side of the world. Now, it's Frostnate with everything we've got. Good thing I'm halfway down the mana gauge then. Jesus fucking Christ, finally. Wonder what happens if I'm gonna do it when we're under 50 and try putting her to sleep. Nope. I have to fully beat her up, okay. Perfect. Now, hold still. Wah! Yeah. Yeet? Oof. Thanks. Helm got even worse than I did just then. And it was our last one. Hate to say it, but this ain't going as well as I'd hoped. If we had even one more helm, I could try again, but... Wait, we do have one more helm. Just the one. Oh my gosh, cute. Looks like it's time to take this heater down once and for all. Together. This is so good! God, I love this outfit. Just as a complete aside, this outfit is so dumb and so ostentatious, but I really love it. It's time, Maeve. Time we did this. There we go. Looks like I was right. No healing for you. Ha! Dwarven helmet is preventing the use of certain restorative actions. Damn, Emma was a big hero. No surprise that she knows a few nasty tricks. fucking dropping rocks on my head is incredibly rude. Okay, let's not stand in that. Oh boy. You don't scare me. I have a giant hammer. God, they're so good. Here it comes. Try not to die. Ostaby's putting a really good thing in chat right now, which I can't respond to due to being in, like, literally in the middle of this thing. Of, like, how the healer quest is, like, intense feels, dumb jokes. Intense feels, dumb jokes. Which I think works really well because it's one of the things that I'm really beginning to love about... Well, not one of the things I'm beginning to love, one of the things I already loved is that this game is really good at, like, these odd moments of humour within what is a very serious story that almost make it feel more realistic because of that. Like... I don't know, it feels really good. Okay, let's enjoy. Take that, you pasty bastard! Such a good photo opportunity for my dumb boy, whom I love so much. What's that you've got there, Maeve? Some kind of crystal? Tradition wouldn't have saved her. That's why I left. I left and I travelled. I met Ardbert. We found our companions, and together we searched. You, her? Lamet, listen, I called you a disgrace before and... My journey was not an easy one. To save my sister, to save them all, I faced 1,000 foes. I understand now, and I'm so... I learned how wide this world is, how beautiful, how cruel, and how much I wanted to protect it. Oh, this stupid game! Oh, there's a spider on my ceiling. Perhaps it should have been easier for me then, to give up my home forever, for a greater cause. It wasn't. It hurts so much. But you bore it. You forgave them. You survived. Yes, it hurt, but I survived. Because they were there. Because he was there. Ardbert, you still an idiot, you sweet boy. You know, I hate it. Kiot does what we all wanted to do. Rest well, Lamet. You were the best of us. Oh my god. Feels up on a Wednesday. Oh, fuck I'm having a nosebleed. Ugh. God, I'm genuinely tearing up. Oh, that was so sad, but so good. We did it. I can hardly believe it. This calls for a drink at the Crystarium, don't you think? That silences you wondering if I want to go home? Well, I can't. I showed my face to you, didn't I? Broke our rules. So I'm thinking I'll give Lamet's way a try. The proudest in exile, just like all the other folks that she saved. Ah, don't make that face. It's nothing that Lil won't solve. Ooh. We've got a proper rainstorm going. And for some reason, even though I know that the sun won't set for like another 2 hours, I thought it was going to be really dark, but it's like grey evening. Criers. Not just one, but many tears. I'm not making this up, by the way, if you couldn't tell. It's genuinely really, really good. I'm not going to pick up the tank quest just yet, because I want to save them all for when I hit level 80, so I can do them all as, like, in one big go. Aww. Aww. Good old Crystal Catboy. Here he is. It's him. He has his twitchy ears and he has the ear wiggles. Eternal ear wiggles. I love his twitchy ear. It's so cute. Like, seriously, this is the best minion that there is. He's so small. He's a small boy. And he is a friend. Ugh. I'm muted. Do you know you're doing that? I'm glad that you're here. Helmore, no. It looks like you finally figured out how to tell a joke. Now's the part where I stare all misty-eyed into the distance, right? Anyway, there's something I've been wanting to tell me. First you, well, been following along with my crazy plans this whole time, but I never really said how much I appreciate your help with Frosnay and Lamet. Thank you. And I think you deserve to know something else. You know the elder who exiled Lamet? That was my great-grandfather. He's remembered as the greatest warrior of our kind. I always wanted to be just like him, to be strong, honourable, protect our traditions. But Lamet, she saved so many from their suffering. Off's dwarves might not even be here today if she hadn't cured Stoneblight. And he took away her home, forever. It's hard to see that as anything other than cruel. Tradition is important, but it's not the only important thing. Kindness, empathy, love, this world and the living, breathing people in it, they matter more. It's what I learned from all the folks I shared drinks with. From Lamet, and from you. And I intend to keep learning, here, in this city, with my face plain for all to see and my head held high. So you know where to find me next time you want to share a drink. I know our job is done, but you'll always have a place at my side, you hear? Oh, this makes me so happy, but also so sad. It's a really good quest. And again, you know, I keep thinking about this, how the meanings of this, this fight really are. I need to work out where to pick up the Astrologian quest, bear with me. meanings of this expansion really are choosing your own path, and I just keep thinking about that sentence, don't make a decision that leaves you by yourself, because that's what this whole expansion is really about. It's about working together and working with people, and people like, it's about people working together to help each other, and it's very important. It literally is. It is like, it feels so dumb because it's like, oh, it's the power of friendship, but then you're like, nah, but actually, like, it's really well done. It doesn't feel, I guess the thing that's important is that it doesn't feel like trite or like, I'm gonna go collect my artifact gear now. It doesn't feel overdone. Like, I feel like, and this is as a person who loves Kingdom Hearts, it can sometimes feel very ham-fisted. And I think that's just part of the writing of the game, but I don't feel like Shadowbringers was... Oh, I mean, Yumi, if anybody in this world is qualified to stare at an anime butt, it would be you, so... Oops, let's grab that. So keep. Here we go. So that's all the scholar stuff that I can't claim. Cool. What belt have I currently got? Not good one. It's okay. No, I want to remove headgear. What does this just look like by itself? I mean, this is a pretty good... This Star Globe is... It looks really cool. Just don't think it super works with... I like the arms. I'm probably going to keep the arms. Thank you. It is Maeve's return to emo haircut. They look very serious like this. I don't know actually how I feel about... yeah, I like the arms. They're not quite... The problem is they're not quite the same, like, silver as the rest of this dress is, which is kind of annoying. I do really like these shoes though. The thing is... What if... Oops. What even with the healing legs that I was wearing? That's the demon skirt. I think that's almost too much leggy for me. It looks, the thing is, like, this artifact gear, it looks so pretty. I love it. I wanted Yoriandre's artifact gear the whole time that I've, like, been hanging out with him. But now I'm also, like, I'm just really like the gear that I had before. Hi! I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. It's a lot, like, it's a lot of leggy. Well, let's run with it for now, and I'll see later if I change my mind. I need somewhere that's got like better lighting so I can... I want to see what the scholar gear looks like actually. I can't wear it, but I might as well like claim it. Ooh, it looks really nice. I'm glad to hear that, E. Heat is extremely cursed. I don't know about those legs, but... The mortarboard is really cute, even though they look so dumb like this. I do like this shirt. It's very canonical to something Maeve would wear. Maeve is a big nerd. Oh yeah. What part did you get to, E? This game is, at the moment, very good for that. Like, feels hitting is what it does. Oh. Yeah. That's rough. Especially when you think about who the second boss of that dungeon is. Extremely rough. I need to change my ring glamours. That's for certain. That'd be silly. Silly screenshots. Yeah, it's real rough. Okay, I'm gonna stick with this as my healer glamour for now. God, it's really, it's gorgeous. I think I might wear this as like my summer healer glamour. Like, I don't know what I'd do for the leggies. I do like having this skirt as a leg. I prefer this over the summoner glamour, that's for sure and certain. I think I'm gonna stick with this one for now while I do the Astro quest, and then I'll probably go back to like my witchy glamour. I mean, Maeve is my self-insert child, so I can't comment there, I'm afraid. They are a good friend and also me. I can't make words. They are like the definition of a pretty boy with a BOI spelling, which is I tried really hard to do. You can sort of see that like Square Enix enforces muscles with this dress, but realistically they are a giant nerd who is like very... I'm gonna get out of G-Post and actually go do the quest. A giant nerd who has no upper body strength whatsoever. So like... yeah, I think you're gonna stick with this glamour for now, and then I might swap to my glamour later. Where do I need to pick this up? The pillars. At the... At Athenaeum Astrologicum. That's where I need to go. Actually, I said I was done G-posing, but I'm never done G-posing. It is. I have a real weakness for like I'm go back and forth about how I actually feel about Astro like as a class at the moment, but I have to say it's like moons inside each other. Can you guys tell that I have a weakness for, you can't see it, let me scooch this way, a weakness for designs like that? I think this might become like my canon Astro weapon skin. I'm just going to go back to the other one for now with that other glamour I was using, because I really like how that it all goes together. I got the necklace I wanted for that as well. I should go do that. Anyway, complete aside, I'm in space. I mean, one thing I can't complain about is that the new Astro abilities look really pretty. Tells you that Jeanne Grenade would like a word, or 2 or 100. May, you always seem to know the precise moment at which your services are required. Such as the mark an accomplished astrologian, if I do say so myself. Would of course imply you're already aware of what I would ask of you. Yet I shall indulge you with my request nonetheless. It is Master Rufin. Following our return from Kugane, she's been distant, well, more distant than usual. Enough to give one pause at least. I thought I might ascertain the source of her worriment with the deck of 60 was presented with the usual some Gullian of vague portents and pretentious vagaries. Time I unwrapped my throbbing head from the spread, all I could discern was something about a dark wind blowing from the east. I suppose this could imply any number of things. Ill tidings from allies in Doma, a rainstorm of the Black Shroud, fire that fine patisserie near the Ark of the Venerable. Why, I suppose even you could be the Dark Wind. No, right. Somebody say I'm worried about a companion, but I'm lost as to how I might help her. Lefebvre has been spending much of her days at the last vigil, staring blankly over the sea of clouds. I've attempted speaking with her, but the lady is about receptive to my concerns as one might expect. Perhaps though she approved more forthcoming with her star pupil. Star pupil? Gunbreaker seems really cool. Like, I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I'm saving it for one of my ults. I managed to like work it into like her character history that she was originally a Gunbreaker before she like washed up on Eorzea, like the actual location, continent of Eorzea. Originally she was a Gunbreaker, and when she first washed up, she couldn't like find anything, so she picked up paladining, and then she's like a samurai and a machinist, because she was like, it's a gun, it's a gun, it's a gun, it's a sword. And then probably once I can unlock Gunbreaker, that's like when I'll swap to being Gunbreaker from Paladin on her. But I want to, like, for character reasons, I want to level her as a Paladin primarily. Exactly. She's like, knife gun. Oh, knife. Gun. Anyway. I'm saving that for Myron. It'll never work, and I was a fool to think. Oh, Maeve. Just the man I wanted to see. Might you remember Kyokuko? Lanky fellow served there, somewhat capable in geomantic arts. Well, it appears his travels will once again be bringing him to Ishgard. Seeing as he's provided me with a wealth of valuable insight into his discipline, the least I could do would be to greet him upon his arrival. Unfortunately, I must see to some unfinished affairs near the architects. Would it be too much for you to ask to visit the Euphorite Plaza in my stead? I shall catch up with both of you later at the FFXIV Astrologicum. Oh. I see now. I see where this is going. Don't worry, Lefebvre. I'll be your wing person. I've heard good things about it, and like, as a healer I can say that I don't mind healing Gunbreakers. So, you know. Maeve, imagine us meeting here. Could it be fate? Haha, I jest. Slow down, friend. I've only just arrived in Ishgard, and you're recruiting me to some urgent cause? You Westlanders certainly don't waste your time. Tend to this to be but a short visit to discuss how matters have progressed since you vanished Ginkgo and aided me in restoring my grandfather's swords. However, I suppose all that can wait. To the FFXIV then? We're totally gonna wing person them. Absolutely, totally, 100%. I didn't realise the shoes, the like bottoms are blue. That's really cool. In like a really dumb way. Good to see you two again, Jean Equinard. Maeve tells me all is not well with Lady Laveva. Someone would waste little time informing every rat and broom matters I thought obvious were of a more personal nature. Save the drama for the stage, my friend. Maeve merely recognised that the intimate connection Lady Laveva and I formed in Kugane made me the perfect candidate for discerning what might be weighing oh so heavily on her soul. And how do you propose to do that? Do it? I've already done it. Lady Laveva's in love. Of course she is. Wait, what? Her arch enemy defeated, her father's memory honoured, and a city saved, Lady Laveva's conquered the countless peaks that rose before her with an air of aplomb that would belie her mere 16 summers. Now bereft of purpose, she's turned her eyes to companionship to fill the void that lies agape in her heart. Believe I can help. Maeve, might you know the lonely lady's current whereabouts? Master Stone effigies to raw masculinity? Oh, it is worse than I thought. We must make haste. ... This is so, like, weird. After, like, how the healer quest was, like, kind of funny, but also really, like, wholesome and uplifting, this is, like, funny in a silly way. I'm suspecting. That's what I feel in my heart of hearts. Gosh, but I don't half love Ishgard. It's just so beautiful here. I want to, like, live here IRL. Ooh, that would be dope. I'm sort of struggling to work out what Mace would be. Look, there she is. Then why are we here? Was afraid you might ask that. What do you think we should do? I'm a student of the geomantic arts. I've little understanding when it comes to matters of the heart. And what, pray tell, are you two doing here? Greetings and salutations, my dearest Laveva. Aren't you looking most resplendent this fine morning? Resplendent? Spent a few bells in the books, have we? Time will tell if the snow vocab suits you, but time is not a luxury I'm afforded at this moment. City's din is possibly deafening, stifles my thoughts and upsets my humours. What I require is clarity, something unattainable within these stone walls. The quiet of cramped Dragonhead, however, may provide me with a moment's respite. Oh, and you may cease with this ridiculous talk of matters of the heart. Love is the furthest of my worries. I, for one, am already promised to another. Already promised? How is that even? There's no need to kneel in my presence. Did I miss anything? It is surprised that one of a social standing would be betrothed at such an age. Such is the custom amongst older houses, even in a city as progressive as Charlian, and she hails from one of the oldest. Suppose it's just that whether the whim and vigour from a conversation earlier, and tell this upon learning their Lavevas to be married, more astute observant might presume a certain emotional attachment to our young protege. But that would be ludicrous. I for one know that good Kyokoho's feelings towards Laveva are naught but those of admiration for her skill at the astromantic arts. So let us return to the task at hand. We still do not know what is weighing down on the lady's fragile heart. And what better way to find out than to ask? A novel idea, don't you think? Asking someone what's troubling them rather than assuming, without having actually spoken to them or even seen them for some time, that they're simply longing for amorous relations. Kilk and I will return to the Athenaeum, where it will make certain he refrains from idle merriment in any other lives. My god, let the dude chill. He's got a crush, okay? It happens to all of us. I love his reaction though. I think perhaps Maeve's would be... I'm beginning to think like... My camera keeps drifting down, that's why I keep like pushing up like this. Something like perhaps like covetousness, because the thing that like they care about most above anything else is knowledge, and they would do selfish things to gain more knowledge. They're not altruistic, they're not a hero, they are somebody who would who cares very much for like their own, this is the thing that I care about, how do I word this? They're not, I guess, yeah, they're not altruistic is perhaps the best way of putting it. So I think covetousness is probably it's the closest that I can think of. It would also work very well for our Shard, but he's got like lots of other ones, so. And Myron's would be pride. Fine, you see through my ruse. I am not, in fact, promised to another. Simply implied as much to silence Kyokoho. There was a time I was promised to another. We have my grandfather to thank for that. However, since I'm now officially deceased, my assumption is the arrangement will live and annulled. Not that I shall ever bother to confirm this assumption. Troubling me? It is not my intention to involve your or Janet Grenard, or even Kyokoho in such matters. However, discord my silence is sown perhaps warrants an explanation. Despite repeated efforts following my recent achievements in Kugane, I've been unable to conceive feasible means of blending the teachings of Charlian astrology and those of Far Eastern geomancy. As Kyokoho explained, unlike astrologers who look to the stars above to treat their fates, geomancers look to the stars below and listen to its songs, and draw their answers from its whispers. Try as I might, I remain impotent in tapping the land's puissance. I've spent my life attuning to the slight variations in the ether of distant stars, so much so that when I look to Hydaelyn and Haritha, I'm overwhelmed by its potency. It's a glow, you could say. Think of it as trying to open one of the heaven's gates in a world of everlasting daylight. A world of everlasting daylight? About that. You visited such a place? My readings were accurate. Exactly where have your adventures taken you, Maeve? I wonder if this means we'll get geomancy as an ability one day soon. We can but hope. Travelling the ether from that world's heavens, despite the fact that you never once physically laid eyes upon them? Intriguing, but I'm a woman of reason, and shall require more than the word of another, no matter how close, to convince me of this phenomenon. First-time demonstration, however, might suffice. Single aspect of benefit, perhaps, but only under the influence of Diurnal, mind you. I'm already in Diurnal. Faculty of ethereal conversing with celestial bodies, both far and near, is peerless. Most eloquent display, and one I should endeavour to learn from. Commit the most grievous of sins by allowing things such as light, distance, and dimension, things that hold no dominion over the realm ethereal, to prevent me from unbinding my full potential. You, however, help me to realise the error in my ways. I believe now I might continue my studies. Just not here. I'm unsure where I thought to be a suitable occasion to ponder my predicament in the first place. Perhaps it was the memories of a fast lesson here. Let us hurry back to the Athenaeum lest we catch cold. Sorry. Oof. It's too late. I'm already dead. I've been dead for 7 years. Nice. Nice going, Yumi. Okay, hand. believe I owe you both an apology, or at least I owe you one, Shanequanad. As for you, Kyokuho. I know, that'd be so good. How do you arrive at the ridiculous notion of somehow languishing in the throes of love? Maeve and Shanequanad mentioned you were not yourself after returning from Kugane. I simply assumed that... Do you suggest we had any hand in this, Joker? Not a quarter bell in the pillars before you telling anyone you'd listen about the cavernous wall that yawned to the heart of poor, lonely Master Ethan, and how you were to fill it. Lonely? Far from lonely, in fact. In fact, I've already promised my heart to another. Of course, already promised to it. What? You heard me, and I've never spoken a truer word. Could be certainly not Maeve, or heavens forfend Kyokuho. Why, astrology, of course. God, I love her. Who? Who did you expect? Quimperane? Maeve's reaction was very unrealistic in that sense. The actual reaction would have been, hell yeah, dog, me too. I suppose you're wondering what brought me to Ishgard. First place, it certainly wasn't to ruffle Master Rufin's feathers, though it seems I've succeeded in that nonetheless. Triumph over Akinko, having restored the people of Kugane's faith in geomancy, and not long before a gaggle of eager mages were clamouring at my door, seeking guidance in the art of wind and water. To accommodate, transform my grandfather's study into a place where I might train those who are willing to invest the time and effort necessary to become masters. Which reminds me, my students are likely wondering where their sensei is. Farewell, Maeve. Came to Celeste's new school of geomancy? Did we not give him a link, pal? Anyway, allow me to thank you once again for the information you provided. Despite being your mentor in Metis Astrological, I find myself consistently in your debt when it comes to, well, everything else. You are a true friend and confidante, Maeve. She once again failed to acknowledge it was I who first noticed her change in mood. It was my reading in particular to your rival, my good judgment, that eventually pointed you in her direction. Such is my destiny, I suppose. I'm simply happy that Lady Leveva is back to her normal self. If aught were to befall her, Rufin would haunt me to the 8th Umbral era. Thank you again, Maeve. I see we make fine team. Considering you cover the cull share of the footwork, I'll refrain from any further analogies of a sporting nature. It's... it makes me happy. I think I'm going to stick with Farcaller for now, over, I have to say, these star globes all do look really cool, but it's always like, a circle, another circle, yet another circle. They're never like, perhaps, especially new or differently done, but anyway. Sorry, I felt the cough deep in my soul before I could actually mute myself. I'm very sorry. I did not mean to cough directly in everyone's ears. Let's go run over here. A Lamau? Concerned de Lamau? retire to an in room. I just want to go in here to sort out my glamour. So I want to head. I want to Forgiven's. Oh fuck! Oh nuts! I'm gonna have to do that separately then. Oh, that's unfortunately a very big mood. Such a dumb hat. I wonder how that looks on my current. Like, that looks. If it wasn't yellow, that would work really nicely with our current gear, but the yellow, like, it doesn't match the, like, blue elements there. The thing is, when you dye it, it doesn't actually dye the bit that I'd want to dye would be the yellow bit, which doesn't actually dye, unfortunately. So we're all in this hell together. Ooh. So I can't actually. Is it all like. Neck, that's what I want. Neckline necklace of healing. Nice. Yeah, there's some really good glamours this time around. They really. Oh, I can't wear my cool necklace with it though. They did a really good job. Right. Do that. I've basically got the same necklace in like 3 different recolors. Right. Sorry, I promise I will be doing Eden soon. This is like very important to me as a person. Oh hey, I'm gonna go talk to Sid and Riel. I haven't missed. I think I might want to pursue Contrary instead. Sometimes we have to do bad things for good reasons. I know, I do, but I still rather try and avoid it if I can. If he was a better healer, then maybe I have more options or something. That Padgel, I assume, Ian. I could write him a letter. Trouble seems to follow you wherever you go, doesn't it? Whenever it doesn't, you can't help but conjure up. Anyway, how goes it? How fare you and Riel? No one has sorted us out since that day. I do not expect these peaceful days to last. So long as there are those who prone the weak and helpless, there will either be night for night such as we. That will be to a party to what will come. Her? Walk the path? But she's just... Her life is her own, to make with it what she will. If that is her desire, then we shall discuss it. Aww. I want to repair all of this. Repair these. Repair all of this. Retire back to an inn room. Fashion checking is very, very important. This is known. All of this is like ultimately useless because I am going to like right. Forgiven's Hat of Healing and the Forgiven's Robe of Healing. Is there anything else I wanted to put in there? Keep those. The Grand Necklace of Fending. Doesn't really work with... Yeah, actually I'm gonna put my like land necklace of Fending in there as well. Don't care about either of those, and I don't care about any of those rings. So, oops, I can go in here, edit Glamour Plate, go to Glamour Plate 7, do the... I do like how this looks. I just don't know if I'd ever wear it. Nope, I want Forgiven's Robe of Casting, here we go, and the Forgiven's Hat. So save this. I can't. I need an Bath Healing earrings. That's the other thing that I need then. The elegant earrings look kind of cool. No, I'm going to stick with the Valerian Priest's earrings. I think they look the best with this outfit. Ah, you can't see the jewel because of the dumb neck thing. Oh well, you can still see the, like, choker bit, and that's what counts in my opinion. God, I don't know why you can't see them. Anyway, the sleeves. Actually, I'm going to keep the sleeves as they are. I like how this looks. Like, all of this together I think is a really good look. I'm gonna keep this as like a glamour, but I will probably also like swap back to... I might not apply it just yet. But more importantly, gonna go back to the Crystarium, because it's Eden time, baby. Gonna do this next. God, I'm so glad we have more glamour plates now. It makes me so happy. Right, now let's head over here. No, actually, go do Eden. The thing that's been out for one day. But I'm gonna change to Summoner. Because that's the class I want to do this as. Maeve, have you seen Reen? She's been looking for you. Wait here, I'll go and get her. This is my best outfit that I've ever made, this one is. There you are. Truth is, I need your help. Now, hold on, I haven't even told you what it is yet. After you defeated Emmett, I sensed a strange concentration of light somewhere far to the south. In the empty, the lands that were once swallowed by the flood. Can't tell what it is, but we have to find out. For all we know, it might even be another Light Warden. But whatever it may be, I don't intend to stand by and watch. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank good Yuri and Jay and have a few theories that we plan to test once we find out whatever's causing this. 3 of us are reluctant to ask you for help, considering everything you've been through. Thing is, you're the only person who can defeat a Light Warden without becoming one yourself, so we have no choice. Well, we don't want to jump to conclusions. It would be a good idea to have you there, just in case. So, will you come with us? I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, Maeve. This means a lot. First, let's head to the Derek and Elmer ring. Frankfurt and Yuri and Jay should have everything ready by now. Nice. So excited for this. Road trip with the lads and Arena is very good. Good content. Tis a blessing to see thee so hale. Sorry to drag you all the way out here. I have a feeling you'll miss this place when you see where we're going next, though. This is so good. I love this. I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. Doubt they posed any sort of challenge to them. Would that I could say the same with confidence for about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there. Even if the light that Rena sensed turned out to be nothing of consequence, empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. Should be reiterated that the light place towards the wasteland poseth as severe a threat as any foe we might face. In any event, we are in agreement that this phenomenon doth warrant investigation. Though we lack for more precise means of hiccups, we must needs rely on Idrine's innate abilities to guide us. Formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. There'll be plenty more time for us to talk about it on the way. Sky Slipper ready, Thancred? Ready to take us wherever we need to go. Why? Back again too, maybe, if we ask it nicely. Light have been expunged from Northrend. The ambient ether of this night empty is still corrupted. Dangerously so, in fact. Flood of light devastated everything in its wake. The soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. 'Tis due to this imbalance that the empty remaineth utterly inhabitable, even a century hereafter. That's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between the aetherometers I packed and Rena's unique abilities, we should be able to detect and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. According to the Crystarium scouts, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree, but much longer than that, we risk becoming sin eaters. Since we still don't know how Chocobos and Amaro will fare in the empty, we opted for a more mechanical mode of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researcher of the Mean, who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to working order. It's quite safe, I promise. Person in charge said they'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. Seem quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told them we're not treasure hunting. I'll introduce you if we have the chance to stop by Mordsuka at some point. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Not I plead to expunge all trace of life in the empty. We must remain ever vigilant. Planting, you and your ship are free to enjoy the view on the ground in rising conversation. By that, I mean he can spend the whole time talking at you while you not in agreement. Oh no, dog, we'd have so many good conversations. Maeve's whole thing about how they became the Warrior of Light is they like happened to meet Yuri and Jay as part of like doing some stuff, and they like got along really well as nerds with similar interests. So like the whole reason they became the Warrior of Light is because Minfuyu would be like, oh, we need someone to do something. Oh, that nerd's over there. We'll get them to do it. Name like the empty. I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery, but this is downright depressing. To look on the land swallowed with mine own eyes, it is a chilling sight indeed. Approximately 9/10 of this world dries this, a slate all but wiped clean. We're not for the warriors of darkness in Infilia. Breen, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? I'm certain. There's no telling how far away it is, though. Nothing for it but to keep going, then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we've a good 3 months ahead of us. Road trip with the boys and Reen. I'd say it's a touch larger than I was expecting. And is it sleeping? What in the fuck? No, it's waking up. Don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden? I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light. The first Sun Eater. Long have I strived to unravel the mystery surrounding the flood of light, to discover what set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point. Or single being. I have reason to believe the entity we see before us is the first Sun Eater, the instigator of the flood, the very foe Minfilia vanquished a century ago. I wonder if the souls of Thancred's shoes are red, like his jewels are red. She gave everything she had and won. But this abomination could undo her work. Aye, possibility cannot be denied, though it is also the destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin. Reen, knowest thou of what I speak? Power to reshape reality, to bend the laws of nature, for what was once shattered may be forged anew. It's all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first? Eden. Utopia in Fae, a most auspicious title. Title, perhaps we should offer Spud set a camp. I even brought a couple of tents on the off chance, but pitching the damn things is something of fine art. Does anyone fancy helping me? I love this, like, road trip with the boys. I think worse about the symptoms of prolonged exposure to the ambient ether, it would be unwise to linger here over long. Is Thancred, like, hiding? I guess so. First, putting a tent would be such a bother. Still, I'm glad we got there in the end. Thancred should be back from scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move. May discover valuable artifacts, exchange for equipment by speaking with Gugul and Mordsuk or Yao Yao and Yumor. Okay. Wonder what's taking Thancred so long. Poor Reen, stuck in conversation with these losers. There he is. That was all uneventful. Not that I'm complaining. Did you find anything? There's naught but barren plains in every direction, apart from Eden, obviously. Tried approaching it, and the brute didn't seem to notice me. I thought it best not to tempt fate, so I withdrew. We should act now, before it's fully awake. Meaning what, exactly? When I think about the flood of light, I get the feeling that rather than destroying everything in its path, what it actually did was stop the flow of ether. Of course that meant that all the plants, animals and people here could no longer survive. They must have crumbled to dust in the year since. But the ether is still here, lying dormant. If Eden is the one that caused it, maybe it can get it flowing again. I don't know for certain, but I think I can use Eden to bring life back to the empty. Now hold on a moment. What makes you think that's even possible? And how do you expect to control that kind of power? Reen's aspirations may not be as preposterous as thou dost surmise. But even Minfilia halted the flood of light's advance, not by destroying Eden, but by silencing it, and in doing so she has gifted us an opportunity too precious to waste. Even now the flame of hope burns on. Aye, as Minfilia's successor it standeth to reason that Reen doth possess the means to exert her will over Eden, but such a monumental task is not to be taken lightly. What sayest thou, Maeve? I imagine this is easier said than done. Probably right, but I have to try. You made up your mind? So how should we go about this? I have an idea. I've been studying it carefully ever since we arrived, and it seems to me that the light is more concentrated at a certain point. Suppose you could call it the core. That giant Talos had a core too, like a beating heart to control the flow of ether. If Eden's core is the same, perhaps we could use it to restore the etheric balance? The theory is certainly sound. By employing Ethernet shards as beacons, mayhap we could trace the ethereal flow to Eden's core, and in doing so secure the means to teleport to the very heart of the beast. Thankfully, the Settlement Council has kindly furnished us with a plethora of apparatus by which to afford such means. We must first have Rena study the entity's interior and chart us a suitable course. Once you've reached our destination, I'll fabricate means by which you may communicate with Eden, and mayhaps exert a measure of control over it. You can really do that, Yoriyoshe? All credit is due to a dear friend, a gentle soul long since departed, who imparted to me a wealth of knowledge concerning etherology. It certainly should be all too quick to chastise my methodology. Excuse me interrupting this trip down memory lane, but I don't imagine that Eden will be too happy about us running around its innards, for want of a better term. In all seriousness, though, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of welcoming party arranged for intruders. Perhaps you'd best lead the way, Maeve. True that they're the only one who can defy a Light Warden, but I'd rather not rely on them any more than we have to. Yes, I haven't forgotten what happened when he absorbed too much light, but as Alice said, make promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. I wish I could put down wardens myself, but the simple fact is, I can't, and there's no point pretending I can. That's why I'm asking Maeve. Perhaps I could... You already have a job to do, remember? The only reason this plan even has a chance of success is because of your involvement. We need you to concentrate on the task at hand and guide us to the core. Not only that, you'll have to keep an eye on Eden itself. If we somehow manage to make us angry, get us out of there. Are you sure you want to go through with this? This is what I do best. Maeve normally chooses positive ones. I won't let you down. We will remain here. Rena and I shall do our utmost to guide thee along the ethereal stream. After thou hast reached the exterior, we shall remain in contact with these link bells, courtesy of our comrades in the Crystarium. Being relics salvaged from the Crystal Tower, I fear they may be somewhat less reliable than those to which thou art accustomed. Nice. Alright, friends. Let's do it. Originally, Osterby, alas, the Oster friend cannot come help us, but we'll queue anyway. Vast concentration of light prompts an expedition to the barren wastelands left in the wake of the flood known as the Empty. There you encounter the immense and enigmatic Eden, the very first Anita, and the progenitor of the destruction that all but consumed the world. Rather than seeking to end this threat once and for all, Rena hopes to use its limitless power to restore the ethereal balance of the Empty and breathe life into the planet. However, she must get first in control of Eden's core, which is likely to have countermeasures for repelling intruders. I appear to have got hiccups in the very middle of that, so with apologies. I wanted to know the fight be over good and carry me. If you get hit by a mechanic, I'll call the police. Incredible. Come on, Foxworth. As the Osterby offline, alas, the Oster friend is not available. I must have missed that he logged off at some point. Come on, please. As pretty as it is, I don't really want to like sit here. So I believe the probability of irreversible disintegration to be relatively low. We're ready when you are, Maeve. I'm trying. I'm just forever waiting on Pugsworth. The ether stopped flowing, just as Reen said. Though this plan of hers and neurologists actually works, we might have to stop calling this place the Empty. God, how did we fit all this in, Oh, I should have done this yesterday when it first came out. Tentatively, I suppose I could heal it, but I really don't like healing stuff. You have to be 425, which... yeah, it's nearly 10 over that. I don't like healing stuff the first time round. I'm not a confident enough healer for that. Here we go. Balance on top of this and wait for Pugsworth. Cheapers while we wait. I really should have like done the Astro quests and like so on while we were queuing, but I wanted to like do those first so that we could like experience them. Gosh. Very pretty. Ah. Healer, healer, healer. Come on, healers. Wonder if we can like... aha! There we go. Nice. It worked. Come on, Pugsworth. Come on. Ah, we can't even jump up there to have a look around. Ah. Okie dokie. Huge amounts of ether are rushing to the core. Wait, what's that? Gross is what it is. Keeper of Knowledge, Eden Prime. That's Tank Buster, okay. This feels like a raid wide, personally. Sure is. Feels like a bring apart. Get in. This is raid wide. Or not? That's definitely the Tank Buster. This feels like a get behind. Yep. Cool. shelter attack, I know that. This feels scary and I don't like it. Okay. How many are there? Okay, I think that's just AoE hell, okay. It's the pure light again. Raid wide. What's this one? It's Dragon Laxus. Speaking. I guess this is. Can you pull off? I guess this is the DPS check. Can't tell if we made that or not. This looks well cool. What the fuck? That's so cool. Taking all the screenshots. Fucking threw us straight up into space, it did. That is well cool, as the kids would say. Spear of Paradise is the tank buster. Oh, nuts. take that apart. Put the in. Is this a raid hide or raid wide? Okay. Ooh, a painful raid wide. Another tank buster. Apparently, so here's a fun fact about this raid. Apparently it's all FF8 references. I never played FF8, so I am not going to get any of them, but I'm glad that the kiddos who did, like, get to enjoy it. It's just highly unfortunate that, like, most of these are lost on me. I managed to get hit by loads of those because I was committing the cardinal sin, DPS over mechanics. It's fine, you don't actually need Ooh, tasty tomestones. Tomestone tasty. A pair of feet and a pair of legs. And a bracelet. And now I can actually look at us and confirm we all look very cool. Calm Yan Yan, who didn't die, and need on all of these. And I can and will sit here waiting for other people to finish rolling. Civilization recovered from Eden's Gate. I wonder what the Eden Gate looks like. Also wonder what level it is. Nice. Hi, and I got a commendation for it as well. What the heck? I wasn't expecting that. So, what did I drop from that? I got a belt. Well, I just bought a belt, but... what's it? caster dress looks really cool. The melee one looks nice as well. I did not foresee even generating a smaller replica of itself. To think a mere fraction of its power can manifest such powerful adversaries. Frightening indeed. Seems we'll have to wait for the ether within Eden to stabilise before we can teleport to the core. Franklin's prediction about there being some sort of guardian was right. Thankfully, it was nothing you couldn't handle. Glad to say you haven't absorbed any light either. So far, so good. Ethernet shards can send us to the core and back whenever we need. Why don't we give them a try? Ooh, very cool. There's more suited to this than whatever Yorianche is doing. After the noun place, a number of menu adjustments must be needs to be made before attempting to assert control over Eden. Right, it's my turn. Gonna go for this, although I'm gonna sell all of my 7s because I don't overmeld, so. The time hath come, Rena. Watch over me, Minfilia. Is this supposed to happen? Eden is offering considerable resistance. Not now. Not when I'm so close. Yorianche! I'm unharmed, but what of Reen? No, you listen to me. Reen, be careful. I'm excited for the next boss because Osterby, I saw a comment from him just saying, now that's just inefficient, which I liked. Well, we appear to have done fucked up. Oh, titties. Yeah, it's 7s, which I'm gonna sell. Peace Fury has subsided. But for how long? But I'm in control now, I think. Although I'm now linked to Eden, I still need to figure out how to give it commands. Pray tell, what caused it to convulse so violently? Eden rose into the air, still struggling to stop it from drifting too far from the camp. Even now, thou art... Reen, what's going on? Does thou... could it be a Sunita? Can't see them clearly, but... No, that's impossible. What is it? Inside, too. Lots of them trying to reach the core. Uninvited guess, eh? If I'd known they were coming, I would have tidied the place up. Japes are a poor substitute for a viable stratagem. In that case, I suggest you and I deal with ones who are already inside. A Maeve can welcome our airborne adversary. Reen, find out if Eden has any defences we can make use of, preferably ones that don't recognise us as the enemy. Not sure about that, but I can use the ether currents to send you wherever you need to go. That's my girl. Alright everyone, we've got work to do. Well, I can tell Eden isn't able to form simple structures by redirecting ether, so I'll try to give you something to stand on. When you're ready, head for that portal over there. Descent now available. Nice. Right. Let's do it. Having finally overcome even a battle of wills, Irene is now in control of the enormous sin-eater, which now drifts high above the empty. Celebrations are short-lived, however, as Irene detects the presence of unknown enemies making their way towards Eden's core. While Bankrupt and Urology rush to intercept a swarm of foes approaching from inside, you head to the upper reaches to face the threat from above. And wait for a bunch of puggies while doing so. What one's this then? Is that their Given's chess piece of striking? Oof. Not sure about that one. Looks really cool on this person and would look incredibly dumb on me. Like most things, let's be real. Ah, that looks much cooler on... I mean, it still looks pretty cool, but it still looks cooler on dude characters. Edengate jacket, right, so the Edengate stuff is 450, which is the same as what drops from... Hang on. Okay, so the clothes and jewellery are the same as what drop from the trials. So let's say I go for bracelets. Then I go for 450. So they're the same. Okay, right, so... the Edengate stuff is on the same level as gosh, this place looks so cool. Oops, I didn't mean to dote there. It just looks really awesome. Here, Pugsworth! If I could get a ring from here, that would really set me up. It's a complete aside, I thought I just had one more healer. There we go. Right. Cracks Nux. Let's do it. antithesis manifest, Voidwalker. It is just... it's just a snake hole. It is... Well, I appear to have cursed puggies, so, I see what I did wrong there. Whoops, mubby. Let's get out. Nope, incorrect. Avoid it that time though. I bet I can fall off here. I'm so excited to fall off. It's going to be so much fun. Fuck's that when it's at home? Got nervous about it and I wasted. I see. Oh, I see how that works. I see. I get it now. Makes sense. That's pretty cool. Raid wide? I'm just gonna stand where everyone else is. Raid wide. And okay, this is a knockoff. I wonder if you can shortcast this. That's the be not in front of him. I was out of that, you piece of shit. Get knocked into a mob. Void Slicer is be in. Be not in the way of those guys. Be fourth on the aggro list because you're really cool. I understand how this works. I don't have dark fire, so that's okay. and shall cast that. Nice. Okay, I know a look away mechanic when I see one. Right, now it's where... Okay, Velveteen Cream needs to take that away and we need to remember to not look at them. Entropy is raid-wide damage. Sorry, I'm like doing callouts to myself here. Okay. Bring this far away. You have to wait 8 seconds to not set everyone else on fire. Does that. And go in and do this. Still managed. I walked straight through the mob like an idiot, and shortcast was up, so I really should have shortcasted that. Ah! Fuck, but I looked. Well, I shouldn't have looked. Got 2 bone stacks now, so this is great. I am... Yep. Dead as a doornail. Ah, fuck, come on. I'm just annoyed that I was like... I feel bad for the white mage who now has to, like... Yep. Well... Get the TP, everyone. It's time to wipe. Time to wipe. Yeet. I still haven't found out if you can... Well, of course you can fall off. I'm so impressed with this samurai who's been able to live. Well, whatever was going on with Pugsworths earlier seems to have... There we go. I understand what I'm about now. Got that Dragoon ability done off, look cool. It's too late to beg your forgiveness. Fate is sealed. There we go. Okay, now stay here for 5 seconds. 4. There we go. I'm going almost entirely the exact same way as that person, right? Okay, so I've got 20 seconds to wait for this. Nope, nope, I don't want to stack that. That's an incredibly bad idea. Or we do want to stack that. I mean, I could have pulled that one up. Hey, now we know. It's almost like having things explained is nice and easy. Servants of your cursed light, the world is not yours to claim. By my hand, the veil between our worlds is torn open. So it seems like what we're really dealing with here is the, like, their equivalent of, or somebody who can deal with the Void Center, which is pretty cool. Gaze into the abyss and despair. Okay, now Shadow Flame is the tank buster. Now pull these apart. And stack. Dark Missionary looks really cool. Okay, now. There we go. Now stack. Clockstop has 6 seconds on it. Spend waiting isn't on me again. Now do that, and we want to stack. Can shortcast that, so which is nice to know. It's probably better to shortcast on the second one actually to avoid being knocked into anything nasty. Why did I do that? Now do we want to pull it apart? We do, I think. There we go. This is fun, I'm liking this. Shadow Eye, the person who has that needs to pull that away from the team. Bugger. Still got the debuff. Fourth on the aggro list where I belong though, so that's good. That's good for my ego. see. Everyone? In one? Nope. Okay. Now pull it far away, away. There we go. Be not there. Be raid wide. Okay, I see. I'm beginning to understand this now. I feel like I've been really quiet, but that's genuinely because I'm trying to work it out. I've not got it on my head. Okay. God, that Dragoon ability looks so cool. Okay, not there. Oops, we... Fuck, balls. Oh, that was close. Raid wide. Go. Nice, there we go. I coughed directly into the mic to celebrate. Phew. That's really gross. Okay, so I want to need on everything that's not a belt. I'm gonna I do want to heal to calm cinnamon buns. pass on that because I've already got one of those and need on the rest of it. So I'm likely to either get a helm or some feats, which are good because I actually really need to buy myself some feats. My feats and my weapon are the last thing that I need to upgrade, and necklace. This ring. I want a ring. Convince everyone to pass on the ring so that I can get it. Nice. What did I get? Feetsies. Dope. No comms this time around, alas. Maeve, thank goodness you're unharmed. Came as soon as we took care of our own and one guest. They were a stubborn bunch and quite unlike anything I've ever seen in the first. No, I won't let you. Damn the light. Damn you all. Who are you? What do you want? Why am I here? What's happening? She's alive, but there's something strange about her ether. Didn't seem too pleased with Reen taking control of Eden, which may be what caused her to appear out of the blue. Beyond that, it's anyone's guess. Just plain she's not a Scene Eater, not even in part as Valkyrie was. Yet this knowledge does little to assuage my fears, for she is nonetheless possessed of a power most terrible. And if she's feeling cooperative, she might be able to tell us more about Eden. Keep an eye on her until she wakes up. There's no telling what will happen when she does, but I'll make it clear that we mean her no harm. Well, no further harm at the very least. Obviously, it's not a good idea to bring her inside Eden. It's likely that reaching the core was her aim from the outset, so I'll take her to the camp. I settle down. I should get back inside and try strengthening my link to Eden. God, it looks so cool. We discovered the means by which the exterior is breached, though it would appear the fiends that Thancred and I steal were of a similar nature to those owned by their own adversary, Voidsend, in other words. I had my fancy full trying to control Eden. I caught a glimpse of your battle. That power, I've never seen anything like it. Oh, it's a healer dress I want so much. What thou witnessed was the tearing of the very fabric of reality, creation of a rift through which Voidsend may enter. But pray tell me, Reen, dost thou make any other observations? Couldn't sense the light at all in that girl or her servants, and I can't really explain how, but she reminds me of Emmett. Unlike she is Nasian, she may yet be thralled to Zodiac. Maybe we'll be able to find out more once she's woken up. In the meantime, I'll try to improve my control of Eden. It seems to be listening more than before instead of screaming at me like it was in the beginning. And that's not all. I've made an exciting discovery. Altering some manner of ancient knowledge. Feel a lot more confident in my ability to control Eden now. Of course, this is only the beginning, and we shall accompany thee wheresoever this path may lead. But pray tell, what manner of discovery hast thou made? I understand how Eden's power works, and therefore the true nature of the flood of light. It affected the balance of all the ether in the empty, shifting it so far towards the umbral that it stopped flowing altogether. The power to tip the scales, and to tip them back again. That's what Eden does. It controls the balance of ether over a wide area, forcing it from one alignment to the other. Left alone, it still poses a threat, but if I can harness its power, I think I could use it to breathe life back into the empty. The trouble is, I haven't the foggiest idea of where to start. And if I go about this the wrong way, I'll do more harm than good. Thou needst not bear this burden alone, Reen, nor should thou. It is no simple matter of awakening that which lies dormant. All things in nature are inexplicably linked. The elements maintain a fragile harmony without which life cannot prosper. So what should we do? The solution hath begun to take shape in my mind, though it will require further discussion. For the time being, let us return to camp. 'Twould be remiss of us not to involve Thancred. No connection that girl has to Eden. If only she'd told us a bit more before she collapsed. If she'd known to take so long to come around, I'd have brought a good book or two to pass the time. My friend, I believe I've struck upon a method by which we may see this world restored. Before we go any further, allow me to make a potentially very long story slightly shorter. The plan is to control Eden and realign the ether at the empty, right? In essence, yes. However, unleashing elemental energies haphazardly will not suffice. In addition, the empty is unfathomably vast. We'll be only able to effect change over one small region at a time. It would take many lifetimes to complete even a fraction of our task. Instead, our energies would be better spent revitalizing each element in order that we might set in motion a more widespread transformation. One at a time. I hate to say this, but I don't think Eden will be able to draw out a single element without affecting the others. For that very reason, we shall select a location in which the ambient ether we wish to restore is at its most potent. Even in a dormant state, certain elements will be more prevalent and therefore more easily manipulated. Then we rebalance the ether and return it to the land, whereupon it shall be borne on ethereal currents to the farthest reaches of the empty. What's to prevent that element from breaking free of Eden's hold and causing a disaster of some sort? It must needs be contained. The question is, how? Maeve, indulge me more in the woods. Pray imagine a corporeal manifestation of each of the individual elements. What dost thou see in thy mind's eye? Surely not. Mayhap thou art afeard to offer the fateful word, for to even speak the name primal is to invite misfortune. Though invite it we must. As the ether is drawn forth and realigned by Eden, we shall perform a summoning as Master Louis Swire once did on the fields of Carnlow. So one hath laid low countless primals, their memories will shape the ether into a deiform entity, which must subsequently be dispersed in traditional fashion. So, defeat it in other words, but is that even possible? So, they form the ether into one thing. It's either that or being torn to shreds. Makes sense-ish. To be no more an approximation of a foe thou hast previously bested. I have every confidence in thine abilities, Maeve. As do I, that might help to have some idea of what you'll be up against. Have you decided which element to tackle first? I propose water, the source of all life. As for location, the area to the west of Norvrant was once home to the world's deepest ocean. Alas, the flood of light reduced it to a yawning chasm. Water seems like a good choice. I'll see if Eden can take us where we need to go. And I shall prepare for the summoning. Must I keep watch of her enigmatic antagonist? She may have vital information to impart. In the event she become agitated, thou mayst have need to protect her. Be praying for your success while I wait here twiddling my thumbs. It makes sense in a kind of dumb way that what we're essentially doing is, I don't envy you being caught up in yet another one of Uriange's madcap schemes. Come to think of it, the creature must fight is born from your own memories. Why don't you try thinking of something a bit tamer than the primals you fought in the past? Perhaps that's not how it works. Anyway, best of luck. It kind of makes sense in a silly way, like... Slow down a little. We're in no hurry after all. A kind of silly way to, like... In that, like... So concentrate the ether into a thing, which we then defeat, which disperses that ether everywhere. Like, I guess. If a dial can embody the element of water, we warn that the circumstances of said summoning differ greatly from that of the primal encountered in the source, and thus the results are difficult to predict. God, I hope they're not all like rehash the boss we fought before. Reach our destination in no time at all. Place. I'll see if I can draw out the water aspect of ether. The rest is up to you, Maeve. Memories of Leviathan come flooding back. Endless memories of getting swept off various platforms. Send inundation. Reen is now able to concentrate on the task at hand of tuning Eden's immense power to the task of balancing the ethereal alignment in the empty. Such a delicate task must be approached one element at a time, and your intuition suggests that first should be water, settled to life. These to be restored must be first given shape through a process akin to summoning. Call upon your memories of the dread Leviathan. The raging fury of the deluge begins to take form. I'll be kind of... annoyed if the next, like, handful of bosses turn out to just be, like, rehashes of primals we fought before. That seems kind of lazy. Right. Glub glub, bitch. Oh. I like this music. This feels like a pushback. Nope, just wait wide. Current. I see. Focus on the tank, I see. Let's say, Shinryu type thing. Stand not in that. Focused on tank. This feels like stand here to get knocked sideways. Yep. confused and scared. Oh no. Maeve, I'll use Eden's power. This should hold for now, but be careful. Thank goodness we've got room back again. Let none be spared. Ow. Ow. I see. So really you want to bring that as far back as possible so that everyone stands in front of you. Oops, bring this away. I do really like this music. Aha, back up at number 4. Only the 3rd DPS though. Stand here to not get backed. Nope, don't stand in the middle. Oh, this is gonna be a fucking nightmare on Savage. Dear God, this really is going to be a nightmare on Savage. I love those danger bonkers. I just realised the music is literally just Leviathan, 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 Leviathan. Okay, now stand in the middle. This is right wide. Too stubborn to accept your fate, too blind to see that you are doomed. my god, I can't see a thing. It's quite... It's not... I am not finding this as difficult as the previous one. Phew. Got more room to make mistakes on. No, come back! I can't believe that he would do that literally as I fucking summon Bahamut. It's always the way. It's how you know when I'm going into Bahamut phase is when the phase changes. And then you're just like, oh yes, Mochi must be about to go into Bahamut phase. At least it's easier to get into Bahamut than it was, but still. Didn't fall off that time at least. Nice. There we go. That one was pretty good actually, I quite liked that. Bum, 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 ba-dum. With clean. And what have I got? I've got feet and belts so far, so I need on everything that's not a feet or a belt. Looks like it. Yep, I got. That's my. Yep. What did I get? I got glass stove. I like the way they're doing this with the raid. It's a good way, in my opinion. Most emphatic victory, Maeve. Unfortunately, we cannot yet be certain if the ether is behaving as predicted. Incredible. Is that what a primal looks like? Oh, so not quite the same then. But why is that? The Leviathan of the source was summoned by the Sahagin, to whom he was no less than a god. Without their faith, the deiform entity that we brought into existence differed on a fundamental level, though it was no less formidable. Manifestation relied upon Maeve's experience of Leviathan and may have been influenced by recollections of other water-aspected beings, leading to further discrepancies. Memories brought to life. But I still can't tell if our plan actually worked. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Ring ring. How goes it? Finish slaying your primal, whatever it is. Suggest you get back here on the double. There's something you ought to see. Right, boys. What could that be? Our only recourse is to return to our base of operations forthwith. grab a random material you're never gonna use. Tell them, hey, give me everything now. Get grumbly because your tummy hurts. Tell it, hey, why the fuck you up to this tonight? Maeve, look! Okay, that's well cool. By the 12's good grace, 'tis a marvel to behold. I never thought that the whole lake would suddenly appear like this. I'm just getting started. I only hope the burden is not too much for you, Maeve. Sorry, Thancred, you got like cut out of the screenshot there. Whoops. Such a profound transformation, though the change appeared to be limited to an area no more than a few miles in diameter. You know, when I first heard your interest plan, I didn't know what to expect, but when that enormous crystal appeared and the water came gushing forth, well... Ifrit's hanging out there like, sup? I think this proves that the water aspect of the ether is no longer lying dormant. So, which element should we realign next, Yorianche? I propose Earth. Should we succeed in returning the soil's life-giving energy, the empty shall become capable of supporting the growth of flora. Imagine that. Forests in the empty. But before we begin, I'd like to know how that girl is doing. She didn't so much as stir even when I took her helmet off. Thought we might be getting a bit stuffy in there, and I was curious to know what sort of person we're dealing with. She seems surprisingly normal, not at all unlike your usual void scent. I'd say she's probably around the same age as you, Reen, perhaps a little older. Well, whoever she is, we should let her rest while we concentrate on the task at hand. As much as I'd love to go with you, I'd best stay here in case she wakes up and is feeling less than cooperative. While you wait here wishing I had something to read, my thoughts will be with you as you fly off to face the next opponent. It must be a strange feeling to bring something back into existence through your own willpower, only to slay it immediately. I almost feel sorry for the poor things. All the same, I wish you luck. Won't go waiting for long. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can see results. It's like the most... It's an incredibly good crunch. A truly wonderful crunch. Yeah, sorry for the yawn there. Empty our friend. Oh, I presume, per bed, I presume. Back on our journey, there's one question I feel I should ask. Where are we going? I suggest a certain region that lieth east of Norvran, which was once home to the Great Mount Atlas. As for the Earth aspect of Prime we wish to invoke, what could be a more fitting choice than Titan? I don't think I've heard of that one. What's it like? I can show you a miniature version of it. The landslides. The landslides. Seems like you had a rather traumatic experience. I'm not a Dragoon. Well, I am a Dragoon, actually, so... Battle anything to go by so won't be different from the time that Maeve remembers, yes? Aye, it would be wise to consider the two as entirely separate beings. As such, thou must needs conceive new stratagems if thou art to triumph in the battle to come. Past experience will avail thee naught, I fear. Alright, Maeve. Once you're ready, we'll be on our way. Took a while, but we finally arrived. I like that they didn't actually bother to animate these bits. Ready, Maeve? Memories of Titan come tumbling back. Sepulture is now available. Right. burial or internment. Having successfully realigned the element of water following a triumph over Leviathan. Next, candidate restoration's Earth, in the hope that the empty will soon be able to support life. As before, you draw on your experience of primal thought on the source to shape the ether. This time recalling a fateful encounter with the Lord of the Crags, Titan. Nice. Oh, and I made a solid chunk of Goesha out of this as well. I've got the 250 feet. Might buy some healer jewelry. Ooh. I hit the wrong button there, my bad. This is cool music. I love this. Sorry, what you can't see here is the instructions. When he turns into a car, blah blah blah, he turns into a what? Car. You'll see. Nice going pulling, Pugsworth. It was very well timed though, I have to say. This feels like braid wide. Yep. Evil Earth. That's okay. I see how that works. Okay. This feels like a tank buster. Yep. Okay. I see. Makes sense. My rage is eternal. I see, and now get away. In, out, shake it all about. Okay. I am unbreakable, unstoppable. Aha! He does turn into a car. That's dumb and cool, and also dumb. But also kind of cool. Wide. But I forgot to buff before I... I think I understand. I presume this is like the previous one. Nope, I was wrong. Fucking teach me, I suppose. Grade 5. Oof! Ouch! I don't want to heal this. Not for ages. This is a wipe, but I'm excited to see. God, this is fucking nuts-a-rooney. Oh, I see. He just... I know, that healer is fucking... This is... difficult, but cool. That healer is fucking OP. They need to res, though. Proper shield, stop doing damage, and Res. There we go. To be honest, I was too busy like paying attention to the fight to notice their bunniness, but I'm glad that you noticed, Yumi. I'm glad there was somebody to appreciate their adorable bunniness. This, oh, ouch, it's really cool and I don't really quite yet understand it. Nice. Right. What I can do, stand here with the puggies. Spread past. Res. Do this. I will res this puggy if you can get the other healer. There's raid wide. Sorry, I'm being really quiet because I'm really having to pay attention. Okay. I wonder if you can shortcast this. Nope, you cannot. Well, now we know. Rip. Pulls. Ah! You guys have to be like right in front of him for that. Oh fuck, I'm not. So I stood straight in that because I wasn't paying attention. Phew, there we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I can't remember if it was, I feel awful now, I can't remember if it was the scholar or the white mage who, like, saved us all. I think it was the second one in the list. Thank you, Yumi. Reason though, not for lack of trying. If I get this pet on the first pull. Come on, roll on things. Okay. Come on, who got the pet? The most important question of all. Who got the pet? Come on. Ah, it was a... One of the healers got the pet, which is very, very fair. Like, they totally deserved it. Still, I got the coat and the blade, which is nice. That's a good... Should be pretty easy to gear up. Must be exhausted. For a creature made of rock, he was a lot more agile than I was expecting. I wonder, was the Titan of your world a tough opponent too? Yes, if I'd put one foot wrong, I would have fallen to my doom. So it would have taken a momentary lapse of concentration? I don't like the sound of that. More importantly, you defeated another elemental being, which means we're a step closer to reclaiming the empty. I can't wait to see how much of a difference we've made this time. Oh my? Question mark? Waggles eyebrows questioningly. Did we really do all of this? True, the pale balance has returned to the element of earth, and yet transformation hath only affected the immediate vicinity, whereas the lake lands beyond this lake doth remain unchanged. 'Tis passing strange indeed. Did we do something wrong? Though this fallen short of the outcome I'd envisioned, 'tis plain our efforts were not in vain. Mayhap this localized phenomenon is the result of an intersection of ethereal currents. Reasonable to assume that similar locations in the empty have undergone comparable alterations. Then the ether will spread out from these points to cover the rest of... Green! Oof. Big oof. Perhaps asserting her will over Eden had taken its toll. Are you alright? Sorry about that. It's nothing. Didn't look like nothing to me. You better lie down for a while. I'm fine. Anyway, we've still got work to do. No, Pancreas has the right of it. 'Twould be unwise to exert thyself overmuch. I appreciate your concern, but I do wish you'd stop fussing. Brian, knowest not the strain thou dost place on thyself. Though the elements of water and earth have been restored, continued exposure to the anti-stagnant ether may yet sap thee of thy remaining strength. Mention it, I've been feeling a bit out of sorts ever since we got here. You should probably get away from the empty and rest for a while. Pray do so. Meanwhile, I shall remain here. Restoration of the first two elements has produced unexpected results, and I require time to analyse our findings. However, I must ask you to refrain from discussing our work in the empty, even with our closest comrades. Why? I thought they'd welcome the news. As indeed they shall, once we have more to show for our efforts. Nevertheless, this mission of one's passing danger. I'm no to place our dearest friends at risk unless absolutely necessary. You have their best interest at heart, I'm sure, but to be perfectly honest, I prefer not to keep secrets from people I trust with my life. I don't want to make a habit of this, but I'll do as you ask. Seems to me Reen isn't the only one who'd benefit from a change of scenery. Our sleeping beauty would likely fare better in more hospitable surroundings. We'll need to have our associates from the Crystarium organise a safe place for her to stay. If you and Maeve could go on ahead and have a word with him and Maud Sook, we'll catch up with you once Urianger has finished whatever it is he needs to do. She's so small! She's also a literal youth, so that's why she's so small, but... Perhaps thou too should come on her return journey. I dare say she'd be glad of thy presence. No, not this time. She's come such a long way since we first met, and I worry that relying on me too much will only hold her back. We won't be staying on the First forever. The time will come for Reen and I to part ways and for her to follow her own path. Now you understand this too, Yonache. I see you trying to pass on as much of your knowledge as possible you still can, and to her credit, she's taking most of it in. Reen is possessed of a natural affinity for ethology, unlike some who shall remain unnamed. Natural affinity for staying awake too, like just more like. Though, come to think of it, she doesn't really take after me at all. She's predisposed to breathing in silence in lieu of voicing her concerns. Called out! Anyway, Maeve, you'd better escape the sly slipper with Reen. It's true she's been through a lot lately, but so have you. We'll need you ready for the challenges that lie ahead, so go on and get some rest. We shall await news of thy safe arrival in Armorang. Man, I was just there farming fates. Worth bringing a Starring Guards to watch over Eden while we're gone. But it can't be ransacked, it may be left unattended in our absence. Seems like you were all having quite serious discussion. I hope I haven't given you any cause for concern. We'll see so. Probably shouldn't stay in the empty any longer than necessary though. So, do you want to take the chef piloting or shall I? Good road trip times. I still think the second one of those fights was the hardest, but I feel like I died the most in the fourth one. That probably is because I need more practice with it. Phew, I'm glad I had you to keep me company. I've no idea how I would have passed the time otherwise. Now that we're here, I need to find our contact from the Crystarium. Before that, I was hoping I could have a word with you. Something's been on my mind. Might not be the best place for it though. Those creatures over there look a bit hungry. When I first spoke to Thancred and Urianger about what I'd sensed in the empty, part of me wishes we could just left it alone. I guess I was scared of what we'd find. Now we found Eden, I know I made the right choice. If I'd given in to my fear, I probably would have spent the rest of my life wondering what might have been. From now on, whenever I hear that voice inside telling me to run away, to hide, I won't listen. That's not who I am anymore. Even so, with all the courage in the world, it's not going to help me decide what we should do with that girl when she wakes up. What she said right before she passed out? Why am I here? What's happening? What if she's being controlled or forced to act against her will? Whatever the case, it's clear she's not a monster. She's a person, like you or me. Obviously, she knows something about Eden and we need all the information we can get. But more than that, I just want to talk to her, to find out who she is and if there's anything we can do to help her. On the other hand, we mustn't forget she's already attacked us once. What's to say she won't try again when she wakes up? She keeps us from reclaiming the empty, it will all be my fault. It's no good, I can't make up my mind. What do you think we should do, Maeve? If Alpha know we're here, he'd talk things through with her. Yes, like that time in Yulmore. Even when confronting Valtteri, he tried his hardest to find a peaceful solution. Hopefully she'll be a bit more willing to learn. Until then, I'll try to concentrate on the here and now. Speaking of which, I still need to see to Yorange's errands. Plus, I'm on our way to meet lent us a sky slipper and most of the apparatus we've been using. Since we've been sworn to secrecy, I assume the same applies to him and his colleagues. Anyway, once that's over, we can find a place to relax. Sorry, Yumi, I was getting distracted by reading the chat. They are friends. They are friend-shaped. You can get a little one in one of the raids, and I really want one because they're so cute. We're here. Allow me to introduce you to two members of our inner circle, or whatever you want to call it. That's Gilgul. He's interested in training for any relics we find in the empty. Apparently he mostly deals in exotic weapons and whatnot, but he's agreed to keep us supplied with whatever else we can't get from the Crystarium. Now the one we came to meet should be around here somewhere. Reen, what is really fierce to see you returned unharmed from your expedition. Sorry to have kept you waiting. We were gone a bit longer than we expected. Maeve, I'd like you to meet Luri. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Representative of the Settlement Council, I'm here to oversee the delivery of equipment deemed necessary to your mission. I'll be on hand to provide any assistance you may require. Actually, there's something we'd like to take care of. Probably best not to talk about it in the middle of the market, though. I'll take it from here, Maeve. You should get some rest. Before you go, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. We still have a long road ahead of us, but if we give it our all, there's nothing we can't handle. Aww, cutie. Why did I take a quick arm? It's a 2, so keep thinking it's a 2 because I'm like second one up from what we currently have. It's a 7, so I'm going to immediately sell it, so it doesn't really matter. I see. Moreover, it's a mere supposition. It behoves us to proceed with caution. Moreover, I'd refrain from discussing the matter with Reen and Maeve until we know more. Appreciate you telling me, even if it is too soon to be sure. I'm the one watching over her after all. The Oracle of Darkness. Pray it is not true. That's what I thought. She seemed to me like an entity from before the flood. Nice. And we've got the achievement too. Here we go. Right, let's go talk to you and hand in some stuff. I see. Okay, so I'm going to move these to here. Right, so helm, body, gloves, belt, boots, bangles, blade. Cool, I see. I see. Take care, Yumi. Have a good evening. See you tomorrow. Tassets of healing. Why I nearly picked up the healing. I want the casting one. I should really move this up actually. So I've got room for later ones there. Dope. So I'm gonna try these on. Okay, that looks kinda... Don't know how I feel about that. That does look nice. I like the little... the fluffy... Ooh. That's very nice. I don't really like that one as much. Well, that does look... Healer trousers. That looks pretty cool. This looks... will work well with Pajama Monk, actually. I don't think I had a proper healer. I've been looking for something like this to wear for casting stuff for ages. Don't like those. I do like that earring though. It's very fluffy. So what I'd say about a lot of this gear is it's very fluffy. But we have a belt and I can now go and I can go afford my feet, which is nice. So I'm gonna go buy that now, head out to Yulmore and buy that. But I'm also going to end stream off here because it is just past 11 and I need to go to bed. So I will be streaming. It's Indie Thursday tomorrow and let me see, I haven't yet decided what I'm going to be playing. What did I get pinged in? I got pinged in something. Results. Well, it looks like the most votes were for Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. So, I kind of also really feel like playing Gods Will Be Watching. But I've made my decision. And tomorrow I am going to be starting my next Indie Thursday playthrough. It will be of the game Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which is a game that I've genuinely been wanting to play for ages, and then now I'm going to play it. So that will be tomorrow for Indie Thursday. Then on... I just hit install and then realised it was a fucking stupid idea. Then on Saturday it will be more Mass Effect 3, where we will be invading Rannoch and trying to get that back. Sunday will be Secret World Legends, where we'll be finishing off everything in South Africa and tidying up anything else that we have left over. And then next Tuesday it will be more Final Fantasy XIV, which will probably be the tank quests. I'm going to try and get tank up to 50 between now and next Tuesday. We'll see if it works out, but that's what I'm aiming for, is to try... My focus is on getting Dark Knight up to 70 so that next week we can do the tank quests. I need to go to bed because my throat hurts. So take care everyone, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm just going to let my auto host kick in. Have a wonderful evening friends, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I literally just said that. Nice going me, nice going.